Americans are starting to learn a lot. They're starting to learn that they can't believe what they're being told. They don't believe nothing anymore. They don't believe in insurance. They don't believe in a system. They don't believe in anything. And it's sad that we all came to the point where the majority of us, we're starting to believe that everything is a scam because it's starting to seem like it. And you can't tell us no different. Nothing makes sense. And that's why it's a lot of Americans crashing out. Because what they were told is not adding up. The math is not mathing. So in this video, let's see what Americans been going through.
Hey, quick question. Why do I have to go through Donner Party levels of trials and tribulations, tribs and tries, to not be scammed out of anything? Anywhere from a bagged salad to a haircut to a plane ticket to a car to a house to a hotel to an engagement ring. Why do I need God tier levels of background and research and industry knowledge and a book of riddles and the first 700 digits of pi and a friend of a friend of a friend whose friend also used to be a jeweler and they know a guy? Why do I need to do that just to buy something that doesn't suck? And I'm not just talking about jewelry. The only reason why what instigated this was I just watched a 4-minute, 48-second video of a guy, of a jeweler, right? Explaining to people how to spot when extremely popular jewelers, famous jewelers, not, oh, well, you bought it from Etsy, so what can you do? No, actual, real, professional jewelers that are popular, thousands of followers, not some homegrown, small business, self-employed, come with me to start a jewelry shop. No, jewelers that are scamming people out of custom engagement rings. He's like, oh yeah, so they will say it's custom, but if it looks like this, but if the bevel is lower than the Badookadook, then you know you need to get out a measure. Why do I have a measuring tape out? Oh, they're drop shipping these rings. They're drop shipping engagement rings and telling people they're custom. Why is everything a scam? And I'm not just talking about rings. I'm talking about cars, houses, plane tickets, hotels. It didn't used to be like this. We are all in straitjackets rolling around a pillow-full room pretending as if this is just normal. Oh yeah, you have to do, you didn't know you had to do 4 hours of research to get a haircut that wasn't a fucking ripoff? No, I didn't know that. I wasn't aware of that because it didn't used to be like this. There used to be a Better Business Bureau and people, organizations who were held accountable. Businesses used to be afraid of being sued a little bit more because fraudulent misrepresentation is a claim you could sue them for, class actions, blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't just that. It wasn't just, the only thing that we have to protect us is lawsuits. No, it used to be that this is one requirement. In order to not get scammed, like the people who were getting scammed back in the day, it was like, because they wanted to save a few dollars. Right? They're going through the Etsy shop. They're going through, some, like the people who were kind of sketchy and you're taking a risk. Now, it's the opposite. It feels like, oh no, I want to go to like a legitimate jeweler, like a legitimate person, wedding dress shop, LLC, a full shebang, been around the business for a long time, have a storefront. No, like you will also get scammed that way as well. They're drop shipping. Your engagement ring. Why do I have to memorize the Rosetta Stone to speak a language I am paying you to speak for me? I'm at my wit's end. My wit is at an end.
I'm fucking stressed out. I'm fucking stressed. We should not be working like this. I work my ass off and I can't even fucking pay bills, bro. And they always say, don't compare yourself to others. But I see people going to Coachella, and fucking buying all types of shit, just pointless fuck you money. And I'm over here can't even fucking pay my fucking rent, bro.
I feel like we're so conditioned to being lied to that no one can take anything at face value anymore, at all. For example, FIFA. Now there's all these allegations that Argentina cheated. The refs were behind it, all this type of stuff. Instead of thinking wow, Argentina had an incredible comeback, this, that, and the other, it's no, they cheated. And I'm not saying they did or didn't because, to be honest, I don't know enough. But I'm just saying, no matter what, immediately after something happens, no one takes anything at face value. Same thing with any other sport, let's just say football or basketball. There's a championship game or a playoff game on the line. Nope, they cheated. Oh, it was rigged. Nobody just believes anything anymore.
I'm in Acme doing a little food shopping, right? And one thing I hate about today's times, the trickery. So you can get potato chips, I'm gonna show you guys, for $1.99, but you gotta buy 4. So what aggravates me is why I gotta spend almost $10 to get it for $1.99. That goes to show you that it's so bad in America right now that these potato chips and cookies and stuff is just sitting around. You feel me? So you're gonna make me, so in order for me to get it for $2, I gotta spend $8. The way y'all can get almost $10. Everything a ripoff out here. Everything's some BS. And look how full how stocked it is. Hold on. It's ridiculous.
Why is everything in the United States a motherfucking scam and just designed to make you motherfucking fail, dude? You guys know my mom got in an accident in the Cadillac. She's been driving a car that a lady was kind enough to let us use until we figured out to buy my mom a car. So I've been trying to buy my mom a car. And my mom doesn't want anything special, right? I'm just trying to get a car like $8,000, $9,000, trying to get her a little Honda CRV, you know, 30 mile per gallon on gas, you know, reliable. Don't really care about the mileage. So I went down to a dealership the other day looking at like a 2017 one, but it had like 186,000 miles. And I was talking to the finance manager and he's like, are you wanting to put any money down? Of course I don't want to put money down, bro. Just let me make a payment. You know what I'm saying? And if you get a used car, they don't finance cars with over like 125,000 miles. Which means what? Which means if you want to buy just like a car with higher mileage, you got to put a bunch of money down in order to be able to try to get financed at all. And most of your financing is going to come from like a credit union, or APR is going to be stupid as fuck. So if you just need a reliable vehicle that's relatively cheap, you're going to have to come out of pocket a motherfucker. Like a motherfucker. Meanwhile, I could walk out the dealership with a brand new $60,000 car, no problem. So let me get this straight. You won't loan me, like this was like a $14,000 car, right? And it was probably valued at like 12. You know, so obviously when a bank looks at that, it says it's underwater. Well, okay, let me put a couple $1,000s down and then you'll get it financed. The dude was like, yeah, bro, you probably don't want to try, just get, you know, a car with less miles and pay more money. And I'm like, okay, so I ended up going on Carvana or CarMax, bought a car from CarMax, spent twice as much as I wanted to just so I could get this shit done, bro. But it is such a fucking scam, dude. This is why people always get cars they can't afford, because the more expensive the car, the easier it is to get financed. It is such a fucking scam, dude.
We really pay to live on Earth. None of us asked to be here. None of us asked to participate. And yet we gotta pay to live, eat, sleep, breathe, shit on this place.
So I just watched this video where this girl said she feels like everything is a scam today. And I agree with her. But here's something that I want to add. I feel like everything has always been a scam. We just didn't find out about it. Like, we didn't have apps like this that could show us things are a scam. And we couldn't talk to each other on apps like this to verify things are a scam. And also, we didn't have the resources to go back and look at things from the past to find out that they were a scam. So, is everything a scam today? Yes. Was everything always a scam? Yes. Will it continue in the future? Unfortunately. But at least we find out about it quicker. Whereas before we would just go around clueless forever.
We pay taxes on the money that we earn. Then we pay taxes on the things that we buy. Plus we pay taxes on the streets and the roads and the schools and everything else in the world. Then we pay taxes for the things that we own long term, like your car and your house and whatever, property taxes, blah, blah, blah. Please tell me why it is tax season and we owe a couple $1,000s. Please tell me why. So then you get a little side job or two, in my case, two, and you owe more taxes on that. And then and you're not even making much more money. So it's not even like you're in a higher tax bracket. But let's say you made 2,000 little extra dollars that year, and then you owe like half of that in taxes. Please tell me how anybody's supposed to get ahead. You're not. The answer is that you're not. This is fucking ridiculous, and I'm so done with it. I'm a little heated, yes. Because how do we owe a couple $1,000s in taxes? We're broke.
Oh, why has everything got to be a scam? There's got to be a scam everywhere you go. I'm trying to organize getting a car I bought in North Carolina shipped to me in Alabama. And I go through UShip and I've done this many times before. I've shipped cars. And then you get all the quotes. Well, then I start getting the quotes and they're all about the same amount, but then there's some that are about half the price. So of course those are appealing to you, but then you look at them and you talk to one of the quotes that's in the $700, $900 range, and they say, oh yeah, if you're getting quotes for about $450, those are all scams. They're not DOT certified. They don't have insurance. They will hold your car hostage. They'll go rent a U-Haul pickup truck with a little tow trailer on it and drive it down to you and not give you your car until you pay them a lot more money. So yeah, it's scams. And I was like, everything is a damn scam. I hope when I'm old I don't have to deal with any of this because I'll get scammed every day, y'all. I'm a sucker every minute.
Man, if you think about it, everything is a scam, right? Rent is a scam. Mortgage is a scam. Insurance is a scam. Jobs are scams. Being over-policed by people that's being paid to protect you is a scam, right? College is a scam. The government is a scam. Religion is the biggest scam. America itself ain't nothing but a big ass scam.
Am I the only person like tired of the daily grind? I mean, we wake up, we sit in traffic, we try to buy nice things to at least make ourselves feel a little bit better, but you know, we just working to pay for it. This is crazy, bro. Like, I remember when we were young, you know, when everybody was kids, you thought like when you became an adult, like you would just do anything and everything you wanted to do. You didn't think that you would just be in a matrix. This is a matrix, bro. Like, this is insane. This is literal insanity. And then we're doing all of this, acting like it's normal. And the reason why this is bothering me is because I went to Europe. I went to the Netherlands. And I actually got a chance to see people living their life. And it's not this American hustle culture that we've been indoctrinated to believe is correct and right. This is not right. This is not life. This is not okay. This is terrible. You know, like, when I went to Switzerland, people were like living their life. I went to Italy, people were living their life. They're like chilling around, functioning and happy with their friends that they grew up with. In America, like, good luck. Like, if you had a friend as a teenager or when you were young, you know, you probably don't even know each other anymore because everybody's been worked to death. You know what I mean? Like, always going to work, always like hustling, trying to make $1. And this is insane. This is literal insanity, bro. You don't even have time. Like, we making money, but we don't even have time to relax and really enjoy ourselves. Like, in America, it's like you do all of this for what, like 2 weeks vacation at that. I'm not talking about my job. I like what I do. I'm just talking about in general, like America. This is freaking crazy. You literally don't have time to do anything. Like, and then like when you off of work, all you do is sleep. That's all you do. This is literal insanity, bro. And then we're doing the same thing over and over again and paying bills, and it's like we're like, all we are bill payers in America. Nobody has time. You try to reach out to friends, they're all like busy. You know what I mean? Like they're working double shifts. This is crazy, bro. People are now getting roommates, and we're all like controlled to the point to where we think this is just normal. And we can just keep doing this over and over again until we're like 50-something, 60-something. Then when you get to that age, and then people realizing they still have to work. Some investments crash, and it's just like, you're not supposed to, and I learned this from going to Europe, you're not supposed to work until you're old. You're supposed to live your life. I gotta get out of America, bro. America is insane. This is literal insanity at its core. Then it's like you don't even have time to make food. You like stopping and going to eat fast food at different places, stuck in traffic. Like, this is, Lord. I paid my car note off, right? I paid it like years early. I hustled and paid this thing off. But it's like, mad people got like car notes, and like people got like mortgages. Your mortgage goes up in America. This is crazy. Like, bro, like I thought when you bought a house in America, that's just what it is. No, bro. Like they do reappraisal property increases. So your mortgage goes up. They give you property tax increases. So they give you a property tax and a reappraisal like increase. Right? Because all the property is just worth more. So it's like, what's the point of a mortgage? Like, yeah, you get a little bit of something if you sell it. You know what I mean? But it's just like, bro, y'all like not only are they raising rent, they're raising mortgages here. Like, they have convinced us in this world that we live in this big marble that we live in, that we have to give them money to exist. This is crazy, bro.
Americans are done. They're giving up. They're tired of the system. So that's why they're starting to feel like everything is a lie. Because they're starting to live life. They're starting to deal with reality. And the more and more they experience life, the more they realize that situations is not adding up. They're tired of doing what they were told, because doing what they were told is not working. They're tired of hearing, how you gonna do this? How you gonna do that? But the same how they was given, that's not working. So they're trying to make some sense out of the situation, and it's not making sense. So that's why there's a lot of Americans losing hope. They don't have no more life goals because it seems to not matter. Situation seems to get worse each and every time. Small businesses are shutting down. AI is taking over. And people are becoming more and more frustrated each and every day because it don't make sense. They're trying to make some sense out of this, and it's still not making sense. So that's why they're starting to realize that it's over for America. They're starting to feel like it's about to collapse because nothing is going right. Something is off. And it's been like this since forever. A lot of people like to say since 2020. I think it's been like this before then. We just didn't notice it. And more people are starting to notice. And that's why it's a sad situation. Because people don't know where to go. They feel like their backs are against the wall. Nowhere to turn. Jobs ain't paying like they should. Jobs are firing. Firing people left and right. And then when somebody try to get a job, they go to one interview. They go to 2 interviews. And then a job will wait like 2 weeks to tell them that you're not what we're looking for. And that's not right. So that's why you see a lot of people venting, getting out their feelings. And you have each and every right to express yourself. And we're here for it. So if you've been feeling like this, never be afraid to express yourself. Because the country is not the same no more. The United States is not united no more. It's divided. And that's why everything seems off. Because it is. Nothing is considered normal. We forgot what normal really means. That's why people don't believe in anything no more. We don't know if we can believe this. We don't know if we can believe that. Because everything is starting to seem like a scam. And the reason why? Because a lot of people are starting to wake up and experience life. Reality is making them realize somebody had to lie to us. Because whilst the math ain't mathing, you go to work each and every day. Working hard too. And you realizing that you still living from paycheck to paycheck. And that's a sad situation. And that's my take on the situation. Let me know how y'all feel. Share it in the comments. And I'm going to see y'all on the next one. Peace.